I'm just realizing, yeah, geez, this is so ghetto. Welcome to the show. Oh my God. There was no audio happening before. There was no audio whatsoever happening, and that's on me, guys. You know, if you stuck around this long, then that's cool, because my voice was not coming through the system.
It's very unfortunate, the technical issues that happen with this show.
But I think I don't care. I'm just going to keep doing my thing. So I guess, yeah, you may have been reading the article as I was talking about it. But apparently Chinese hacking people, not China itself, possibly China at the state level. But I'm guessing it's either some random people or it was actually the U.S. and the Americans that did this hacking. Those are sort of my two best guesses. I guess it could have been on the state level from China, but what they did was exploit this 0-day vulnerability that is in the Microsoft servers, the Microsoft Exchange servers, and well, it seems like they have access to everybody's computer, because these are just the servers. These are the servers that are serving you, right? And so that 30,000 number may not seem like a lot, but there are just a lot of people, a lot of organizations, individuals that are using these servers, and all of that information has been leaked out. And I'm guessing sort of in the near term that this information will be spread out into forums and other places where it will be listed. And yeah, I'm guessing you're going to have to change your password again at some point in the near future. And yeah, like I was saying before when my audio was not on, all of this is sort of teaching moments. Basically, everything in the news is a teaching moment to push you on to the next part of the experience. And we have been taught for years now that cybersecurity is totally messed up. It's a major problem. It doesn't really work. Systems keep getting hacked. And it doesn't matter if you got two-factor authentication, 3, 4, 5-factor. It doesn't really matter. People seem to keep finding these vulnerabilities, and honestly, that is the nature of code and software in general. Is that when you build it, you're not aware of everything because you're just doing your best to finish that project. And well, there may be some things that you miss, some vulnerabilities, as they say. And they seem to have been there the entire time here on these Microsoft servers. Well, now the other possibility I just want to broach would be that these vulnerabilities were aware. Microsoft was aware that these vulnerabilities were actually there, and that they didn't do anything about them because they were exploiting them themselves. And this is something that I have heard from various sources, direct and indirect, that, well, it's how can you put it? Basically all software, hard drives, so many things. If you get into cybersecurity, you read about this stuff all the time, that there was an exploit that was a 0-day, meaning that it was there since the very beginning, as soon as the software was built. And, well, it never got patched. And it may have been being used by people for non-nefarious reasons, for semi-nefarious reasons. And, well, basically, I'm saying, like, they could have been using this 0-day to be collecting information because that's what certain government agencies like to do. They like to collect information. And the trouble with leaving these exploits open is that, right, it may be working for you, government organization, but that's the thing. It's going to be available for other people. And I'm not sure nobody knows what the truth about any of this is, and I guess that's sort of the point of this channel, is to just go back and forth. What even is the truth? Does it matter? Was it Americans? Was it the Chinese? Was it some random people? It almost doesn't matter, because the teaching moment is still available to you. Even if some random people did this hack, you can still use it for this teaching moment that software is just messed up. Software is not working very well, and it needs to be changed. There needs to be a better verification system other than just your password and even your phone, because people can get access to that kind of stuff. A lot of these vulnerabilities are just plain simple. And yeah, I have been interested in cybersecurity, and what they did, they planting this web shell basically, yeah, it gives you a full-on backdoor. You can do anything that you can do on your computer, they can do from a distance, and it is not really that difficult to set up. So I guess I don't know what to think about this. Was it China? I guess curious, very curious. See what you guys think. It's all sort of being compared to the SolarWinds hack, which was a little while ago and made everybody change their passwords after that happened. Yeah, but this is apparently much, much worse. There's a lot more data that has been leaked out, and these companies have been exposed. But some of these companies, maybe the companies that were collecting data on you, right, selling you targeted ads, et cetera, and now whoever these people are, they have full-on access to everything that you got. So I guess change your password, but also really not. I don't know. I haven't been changing my password throughout all of these hacks, but we will see. We will see what's going on here, right? I just find it interesting, the state level push from all of these headlines, right? That was this other one is from Wired, and this is from Ars Technica. And yeah, these guys are blaming China, blaming Russia. It's got to be our enemies that are doing this, right, guys? Right? It couldn't be a self-inflicted wound. There's no possibility of that happening. But yeah, The Verge. A lot of people talking about this right now, so I did want to bring it up. Hafnium is an interesting name. I'm not sure exactly what that means. But apparently this hack has been going on, since January 6th, the day of the riot. So maybe there is some sort of correlation there. It really does seem like some grand scheme is in formation, even as we speak, for this year. I really feel like something sort of bizarre and insane is going to go down this year. And it's really hard to put your finger on exactly what that is, but it may have something to do with cybersecurity. It may have something to do with financial markets and money and hacking and all of those things that have been sort of set up for us over time, right? They really assume that everybody is like a total moron idiot, because I think that's how the world controllers treat us. And well, can you say they have to spoon feed us every tiny little concept, from aliens to who's the other guys? Aliens, state actors, hacking, all of these issues. They have to spoon feed us everything until we're ready for the actual event, and that sort of ensures that everybody that was spacing out and only sort of half paying attention, or actually really not that intelligent, is able to understand these concepts like hacking, like whatever else is coming down the pike, climate change, all of our favorite subjects. So now, I'm curious. It seems like my bandwidth is fluctuating in a very serious way, and I guess that's not surprising. It's so funny how much pushback there is on this silly little show that doesn't really seem to matter. I'm just kind of passing the time here with you guys. I'm not trying to topple governments or do any sort of real heavy research, but yeah, my internet is normally rock solid, but as soon as I start doing this stream, I'm seeing zero reads, I'm seeing dropouts, and all sorts of bizarre things. So I don't know. Make of that what you will. Maybe it's because I was about to pull up this person, and this is like completely scrubbed from YouTube. This person. Do you even remember what this person did? It's almost like he never even existed in the first place. But yeah, he has been coming up a little bit more in the press because of his free speech, basically, and that's sort of what I wanted to bring up on this subject. But I guess we're gonna wait for the entertainment section because it's coming up right now. All right, now we're being entertained. Now it's the entertainment section. Okay, so this guy, I'm not sure if you know who this guy is. He was in politics for a little while, but it just I guess it didn't work out for him. So he's moving on to other things. But the insane part to me about this whole story, I mean, I guess that it's hard to really think about the scope of what's happening in these years, because the world is changing irrevocably, basically, and it's being manufactured, it's being set up, and at least to me, it's very obvious that that's happening. And it's being set up through all of these teaching moments, right? When you take something that is way too extreme, you misrepresent it, and then you get everybody to jump to sort of the wrong conclusions about that event. And this has got to be one of the biggest ones so far of the 2000s, of this century. What has gone down with this man. And I really started to think about it because, right, either he's gotten just an absolute insanity payoff, just the utmost infinite billions to do what he's done here, or he really is also sort of like a true believer in the cause and the mission. I sort of lean towards the latter because, yeah, what he did the last couple years being in politics has really sort of permanently damaged everything he's worked his entire life for, business-wise. I think a lot of people are considering not visiting any of his businesses or using any of his services, and the name that he had before he got into politics of sort of the golden, shiny person, smart businessman, et cetera, that is all sort of evaporated. Now he is just really this monstrous monster person that deserves to be censored and kicked off all the platforms and vilified, really just scapegoated for everything from, who knows, this hack that just happened to why your lunch wasn't so tasty. Like it's all this guy's fault. And that's, as soon as this all got started, it really sort of made me pay attention because it really is so obviously manufactured. And if you can't see that, I don't know. I guess it is difficult to see for certain people. But yeah, think about it for a second. What he had to give up for what he did, and that is untold billions of dollars of damages for the rest of his empire, right? And then not just him, for all of his family, everybody going forward, everything is sort of in shambles. And I know for a fact, I mean, not for a fact, but I can speculate that he knew this was going to happen. He knew that all of his businesses were going to get ruined for what he did, and that it was all done on purpose. And what am I trying to get at here? He's being censored and everybody is cheering it on. Everybody is so happy that this guy is not on any platforms, that he's not able to speak anywhere, not use any social media in any meaningful way because he's so dangerous. It's true risky danger that we're talking about here, what this man is. And with him being off the air, off of all the platforms, and really any sort of clip of him, any mention of it, that's why I'm just talking in this sort of weird way, because I know as soon as I play even a microsecond of this clip or say his name, that this video is going to get in trouble, and maybe that's why the bandwidth was cutting out already. Hey, Michelle, it's good to see you. It's good to see your hand emoji. I know it's been a while. I know I'm a little inconsistent with this thing, but that's just the nature of life. Yeah, it's good to have you here. It's good to be here. So, yeah, what am I trying to say? I think it's that because all of us are getting censored, right? I'm terrified. It's so weird, this chilling effect. This channel could get shut down. That's fine, but it's like you get this feeling that whatever, you got to watch your words, you got to watch what you say, and that's how it is out there in reality these days. You can't be true about anything. You can't speak your mind because it's dangerous, and that's the narrative getting pushed out on all fronts, from the riots that were happening at the Capitol to what's happening now with this man and him being censored. And what you're supposed to do is celebrate this, be happy that free speech is ending, because otherwise you wouldn't ever choose to end free speech, right? If this story was playing out, would say, I don't know, a liberal hero or something, say, I was trying to picture the bizarro world, right? Where, I don't know, the Republicans, the bad guys are in control of all the social media and all the major platforms, and they're going after some great, fantastic person like AOC or, I don't know, Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi, I think, totally sucks from all angles. I don't know anybody that thinks she's cool, but imagine if they were censoring somebody that was good, air quotes, good in the media. If they were censoring Bill Gates, or if they were censoring AOC, I don't know, I keep thinking of AOC, and everybody would be losing their mind, right? Oh, she's speaking for freedom and fighting for justice, and she's getting deplatformed, she's getting kicked. All she's trying to do is fight for your rights, and they're deplatforming her, right? Then it would be a different story. But because it's being told through the lens of, oh, this guy is bad and evil and deserves all the censorship that he's receiving, and then you applaud it, then you go along with it. You're happy to have it happen. And the point is that free speech, that's exactly what it is. It's free speech. You don't get to pick and choose who you like to talk. You don't get to decide, oh, that person has weird views, that person has a weird religion, that person's like into numerology and it's kind of awkward. No, you don't get to censor any of it. You don't get to censor anything, right? Within reason, within that sort of violence, fire in a crowded theater argument. But and that's the argument that's being made here, that if you let this man back on any sort of platforms, that he will cause danger, cause violence and pain. It's not good. It's not good to have this guy around. But the point, I guess, is that, it really is sort of the end of free speech and freedom in general. And I did want to pull up this article from Axios. I found this just deeply amusing. Global freedom continues steady decline, from Report. The global erosion of democracy has continued for a 15th consecutive year, according to annual report from Freedom House. Good old Freedom House. We love Freedom House. I'm sorry. So the report calls particular attention to India, which slipped from free to partly free due to the government scapegoating of Muslims, crackdown on critics. Let's check out the freedom score here, right? The higher the number, the more free. Okay, interesting. So they're having problems with all of these other countries over here. Libya's getting a 9. China's getting a 9. Brutal. You guys are apparently not free at all over there in China. Very rough. Australia's getting a 97, though. Killing it. And obviously Canada also killing it. America, not as free, but still very free, according to this map. And I don't know, this is just so... It's hilarious to me, because if you've heard about what's been going on with the sickness in Canada, right, that they're locking people inside, that they're not letting people do really anything. If you travel, I guess, I don't know if this law got put through, but they were trying to set up a law in Canada that you would have to pay to be in a hotel if you traveled into the country for quarantine reasons, and that would come out of your pocket, and you would then also be in the prison of the hotel room for I guess like 2 weeks or something. And also a lot of sort of sketchy stories I've heard also from Australia, how draconian the rules were to get everybody snapped into line. And yeah, I don't know. Thank you, Axios, for this beautiful article, because I think it really does encapsulate the weirdness, the bizarro world that we're going into. What is the truth about freedom in the world? I don't think I'm going to get to the bottom of it, and I don't really think anybody is. Well, I don't want to say anybody, but no, most people, especially the think tanks and the mainstream types, are not actually interested in reporting on what's going on here, because freedom is sort of ending on a global scale. And this country over here with the score of 9 that we're pointing to, that we're trying to blame this hacking on, well, I would argue that the level of freedom that is available to you in that country is coming for the entire world. That is sort of the path that we are on. And I'm really not sure there's anything anybody can do to slow that down even just a little bit, because the state actors, the level of this is so large at this point. The amount of co-conspirators that have been setting up this prison planet that we are slowly sliding into, it has no brakes. There's no opposition left anymore. They really do have everybody completely beat down and sort of whipped into place here. And we're doing it with a smile, we're doing it with happiness, and we're doing it as a free country, right? I am also international. It's good to see you, Dave. Greetings to Belgium. All of these European countries are also scoring major points here, right? Switzerland, super free. Germany, super free. Well, I got to tell you, I'm here in Germany, and it's sort of the opposite of that. It's not free anymore. I'm not allowed to go outside right now. For sickness reasons. That is something that I'm not technically allowed to do. I cannot leave my apartment in this 94 score free country that I'm living in right now. And it's for a reason, right? It's just like with I can't even say I'm not going to say his name. It's just like with this story here, there is technically a reason why he's being punished. But should that extend to the entire world and all of history forever? Is that what we're getting into? Is that what we're doing? But at least we're slamming on China and Libya for not being free. Saudi Arabia, so unfree. Do they have the least score? I guess Saudi Arabia's got a 7. Somalia's got a 7. Ooh, South Sudan. I think that's the winner. South Sudan's got a 2. Sorry, South Sudan. You are absolutely the opposite of free. Well, said the guy in the Western country locked into his apartment. Screw you, South Sudan, for being so unfree.
Screw you. Jeez, I don't know. Time flies in my brain when I'm doing this show.
It's like it just goes to the end. I don't know. Is it really been half an hour? That's crazy, dude. So yeah, I don't know. It's just every time I gotta admit, it's a tricky life. Yeah, no, I got to admit, every time I get on this show, I'm like, hey, this is kind of cool. And I got some old friends out here. And yeah, as I was kind of insinuating, for various health reasons unrelated to the collapse of global freedom, I was put into my home, and I am not allowed to leave. And the bandwidth keeps dropping to 0 because, well, I guess these really are things that we're not supposed to be talking about, which is so, it just still boggles my mind that me, I'm just some random person, right? I did set up this camera, have some overlays. I got access to free software that lets me show you my desktop. What's the worst that can happen? How convincing could I possibly be with all my audio problems and dropped bandwidth and unmentioned videos and lost subscribers? Like how dangerous could what I'm saying be? Is my mind really that horrifying that it needs to be protected from the outside world? It just is. It is interesting. It is interesting to me. Now, I did the show's basically over. This is like the post show, but I did I did want to just briefly mention what's going on Mars. Did you hear? There's a spaceship car. They sent this car to Mars, and it's like living on Mars now. And what I was wondering, looking at this picture, is that if you flew all the way to Mars. And you spent a ton of money on that, like, wouldn't you get a camera that can kind of like angle up so you can see the horizon? Because I feel like this isn't the best possible like composition of this picture for Mars. If you were going to fly all the way there and you just took this picture of the ground, It seems like a missed opportunity. Just that's my like personal opinion. I don't want to tell NASA how to do their fake space. I mean, it's real. It's real, right, guys? They went to Mars. This car's on Mars, right? You can tell because the ground is red. It seems real. And yeah, in general, NASA's like a pretty trustworthy. It's all right. I couldn't even finish that sentence. NASA, you're a fantastic organization. Just I think I'm gonna leave it there on this. Wait, I want to just play that once more. All the money in the world. I don't know. I feel like I got a better camera just here, and I only paid like $50 for it. Sick tire moves, bro. Just. Nice. All right, I'm ending the show because this show is like sort of formatless and a little meandering, but I appreciate your time. I appreciate you listening. I honestly do. It's very meaningful to me, and human connection is always going to be the one and only most important thing in this world because we are humans. Hopefully, I think I'm a human.
Am I human? I think I'm human. I probably shouldn't start thinking about that too hard. Yeah, nice. Take it easy. Keep it real. Have a good whatever you're doing. Just don't listen to anybody.